With my main account, I've actually pushed the Ice Golem Peak, Dragon Slayer, and Fire Knight Castle all to stage 20 minimum. Unfortunately, Spider's Den has been quite a bit of a challenge for myself. We've only gotten to stage 14 thus far, and today I'm going to be hoping to push a little bit closer to 20. It would be awesome if I could hit 20. Highly doubt that it's going to happen, but I'm going to try my best. Welcome back to my channel, you awesome Raid Shadow Legends gamers. Be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button at some point while watching the video, as that'll help me out a ton, as well as following me on kick.com/Karen, where I do live streams every single day during the weekdays anyways, early mornings, playing a variety of games such as Valorant, League of Legends, and Marvel Rivals. We're gonna jump right in for stage 15 of Spider. It is going to be the Force Affinity. Unfortunately, a lot of my DPS champions that I have built out quite a bit are the Magic Affinity, and that is weak to the Force Affinity. So we're gonna have to switch things up a little bit here. At least I have Legendary Beastbane in the mix. We'll probably end up bringing in a lot of the Force champions. I know it's probably not the best idea, but it's better than being weak to the Affinity itself. We gotta work with what we got here, so we'll bring in High Katoon for this round. Have Legendary Beastbane, Tholen, Battle, and Damarsa. Honestly, if I don't really want to bring in Damarsa, we could try out Painkeeper just to decrease the cooldowns. If you're looking for a fun, fresh start in Raid Shadow Legends or a completely new player, consider downloading Raid with my link for a really strong start. With my link, you'll start out with Corrado, Ugo, Fane, and Vergus, plus whatever legendary champion you end up wanting to use with a promo code exclusive for new accounts. Here's a quick guide on how to do that. First, if you're on mobile, uninstall Raid Shadow Legends. If you're on PC playing on the Plarium Play, just log out of your account. Click on my download link for Raid Shadow Legends. Go through all the new user prompts on the Plarium site while using a new email and password. After reinstalling or logging into your new account, you can find Corrado in your inbox after the tutorial, and the other 3 epic champions once you've hit those levels. Scroll down in my description for more promo codes. You know what, for this round, I will try that. And if that fails, we'll switch out Painkeeper and bring back in Damarsa, because unfortunately, Painkeeper is still only at level 50, but she is quite tanky in comparison to, well, no, Damarsa is quite tanky. Look at that. Listen, their Beastbane does so much damage. Nice. Actually surprised that he's able to nuke out the Spider's Tholen. No surprise there. He is absolutely a legend. I'm really happy we switched him up a little bit now that he has more crit damage, crit rate. I still need to get his gloves to plus 16. It's currently sitting at plus 15, but I'm waiting around for a gear enhancement event that I'll eventually be working on during a fusion, or maybe just like a personal reward CBC and get some points there. It seems to be a waste if I go ahead and plus 16 that now with no events available. There we go. Tholen just wiped out the entire Spiderling army. There's so many poison debuffs on the boss right now, as well as a decreased speed. I forgot what that skull one is, but I think the first one is no, that's not a hex. I don't know what that is. I always forget. There's just way too many icons. Wait, okay, I think we can look here. Wait, has this always been a thing? It's Smite. Okay. Oh, and then the skull with the bones thing is a weaken. Guys, am I crazy or what? Has this always been a thing in Raid, or has this been a QL change recently? Painkeeper is actually holding up her own in here as only a level 50. I don't mind her in here at all, especially for the extra heals and decreasing the skills on our champions, because the more AoE hits we get with Tholen or Listen to Their Beastbane, the better. Stage 15 in the bag. I know I struggled doing this one before I had Tholen, so Tholen has been a big help here. Oh no, the spider got a heal off there since we weren't able to take out the little spiderlings in time before she used her, what is that ability? I don't know what it must be a passive of some sort. Yeah, here we go. Consumes all remaining spiderlings at the start of each turn. That's what it is. But this should be good, right? Come on, Tholen. Oh, if this was Alice, she would have soul reaped that spider to death towards the end, but it's okay. Wasn't there Beastbane? No, he can't even do that much damage to Executor. Please don't heal. I think my Tholen can go before the spider gets a turn, the big old spider. At least I hope so. I cannot take it. Okay, there we go. Easy. Ooh, what is that? A 5-star banner accuracy for high elves. Tholen bringing in 3.2 million damage with Lysanthier closely behind at 2.5. Alright, stage 16 is the Spirit Affinity, which we can use a lot of our magic champions. Thank the Lord. Right? I can bring back in maybe, oh man, Demaris is going to be weak to this, but that's okay because I would hate to bring in Cronam and not have Demarsa in. And then I think for the last slot, we'll bring in our Mons. That way we can just go ahead and stun up the little spiderlings, decreasing the turn meter and all that. Our Mons makes things a lot easier when it comes to wave content, right? At least that's what you guys have been telling me. Plus he's got a decent amount of accuracy to around like 300 something, so hopefully it does the trick. There we go. Yeah, and like I said, Cronam, we've recently swapped up his gear to where he's a bit tankier because I tried to focus up a lot more on attack and accuracy, completely ignored crit rate and crit damage. I didn't think that he needed that because of the HP burn is what we're really focusing on. Oh my gosh, wow, they're just absolutely demolishing. Wait, please, I don't want her to heal, so I need our Mons to stun again if possible. She might get the heal off here. Oh, no, perfect. Okay. I think this one's easy peasy too. Dude, is it really because Tholen joined in? Plus, the other difference is that Demarsa and Cronam are both empowered now, but I think the biggest difference is having Tholen in here. So we might be in danger when we are going to have to not have him in here. But honestly, what is it? He's already force and this is spirit, so I think he's already weak to it anyways. He still does a lot of damage, so it's good enough for me. I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? When you're just that strong. Didn't think that Cronam needed the crit rate and crit damage, so we just lost a lot of attack recently to boop up his accuracy and survivability, because I did notice that he was a tad bit too squishy, getting too hit by a lot of the encounters when it comes to bosses. So even then, I feel like he's still quite squishy. I mean, look at his health bars. He just looks like he has around the same HP as Tholen, and Tholen is extremely squishy, especially. So I'm thinking maybe eventually I'll have to switch him up too, or we can just rely on our supports to have Tholen's back, revive him, heal him, negate some damage. I believe he has around 4,000 attack. We'll have to double check after this. I'm just spitting out a random number at this point. Dude, it's almost dead. This has taken a lot longer than expected. I thought we were gonna completely dominate this spider on stage 16. Cronam did loads of damage. Oh my goodness, 2.5 million damage. Tholen, even though he was weak to it, he still pulled in 1.5 million. While we're here, let's look. Yeah, so he has 6,400 attack, just about. So I could probably lose a good chunk of that and then maybe get him some more defense or HP. Or both, to be honest. His resistance is only at 105. Alright, stage 17 is void, so it doesn't really matter what we do here. I think we'll just keep the same team, and then hopefully Tholen will throw in some bigger damage now that he's not weak to the affinity. Oh, okay, perfect. Armand still has enough accuracy to stun lock all of the spiderlings, thank gosh, because when they get to attack, it hurts. Because they most likely attack my Armands, or at least I've seen in a few stages, they just jump my Armands, and Armands is actually pretty squishy as well. Kind of unsure if Battle is necessary in here, if we are planning to just decrease the turn meter of the spider. Yeah, I just don't really know if the cleansing is worth it. I mean, look at that. Tholen has 3 stacks of poison, so it could be worth it. Plus, the continuous heal is nice, helping out Demarsa keep up the team. The poison stacks on the bosses too, the gradual DPS is always nice alongside with the HP burn. This one seems to be good to go too. Everybody's healthy except for Tholen. Battle's taking a little nap. He's like, I'm tired, sick and tired of you overworking me for all this. Just to get a 4-star banner for you to sell? I don't appreciate it, okay? I'm sorry. I'd be more grateful of you, Battle, if you get me some really good accessories, some dwarf ones, or I actually need another banner, or not banner, amulet for Cronam, a defensive one. At the moment I have, I believe, either an attack or crit damage one, which crit damage doesn't really make any sense since he doesn't have crit, at least my Cronam anyways. This one was much easier than the last stage. We're actually demolishing this. Fire Knight, Ice Golem, and Dragon, I got to stage 20 or later. So I'm glad this is going to make things a lot easier, especially when it comes to farming accessories, for fusions, for CBCs, whatever it is. Oh man, Knight's Revenant, HP, crit damage, and resistance. I will keep that just in case since it's a 6-star as well. There we go. Cronam bringing in 3.5 million, Tholen 2.2. This is a solid team so far. I just don't really know how to switch it up a little bit to get a bit more damage and possibly make the runs a bit faster with what I have. Alright, stage 18 will be Magic Affinity. Once again, I think this team should do just fine. Tholen has extra damage up against this affinity as well, so crossing my fingers, he'll end up carrying alongside with Armand's, getting more of those hits in, those stuns in. Come on, let's see how much Cronam's gonna do still. Ooh, yeah, he does significantly less damage, even though he's like the same affinity. It's either that or the boss is just a lot tankier. I'm thinking maybe, see, I got Royal Guard recently on one of my ults, and I wish I could get him on my main, because a max HP damage dealer sounds really nice. Do we need some sort of decreased defense in here potentially? I just don't know who to replace, because I'm really enjoying Armand's stuns off of these spiderlings and decreasing the turn meter of the main spider completely. I think that has helped me out loads. Because before, when I was struggling a lot with spider, I wasn't able to bring down the spiderlings fast enough, and the spider would just keep healing over and over again. I think we were trying to bring in Soulbound Bower, Reliquary Tender. Who else? I know Cold Heart is very great for spider. I just don't have a Cold Heart. I don't have Geomancer. So we're playing with what we got. Honestly, it's not that bad. It just takes a little bit slower, you know, a little bit more painful. I'm not sitting here doing stage 25 spider or any of the dungeons in 35 seconds. That is way end game or way later on compared to where I'm at. I believe I'm still sitting at around early to mid game ish. This game has been out for a while. There's tons of content. On top of that, there is a hard mode version of Faction Wars, Curse City, Doom Tower. There's just so much, so I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of Raid and all the content that it it brings. Hydra is still a whole nother beast for me. Barely able to get the first chest as it is, but still happy we're able to get it. Starting to get the shards for the mythical, which is fantastic, alongside with Chimera. Chimera is a lot easier than Hydra, surprisingly, even though it's like the most recent content, right? Well, when compared to Hydra anyways. Ooh, the spider might be able to heal off of this, because our Mons can't get his stun off, and it's not on cooldown. The passive where she heals. Please, Tholen, kill the spiders. Nice. This is going so easily now. Oh my god, look at this. Ronan and Tholen, over 4 million damage. They are clutching it up for sure. Okay, we have 2 more stages to go. This is really good progress so far. I didn't think that I was going to be able to clear that many stages from stage 14, because the last time I tried this, I don't think I was even able to clear 1 more stage. It was actually pretty sad. Probably just bring in Haikatoon as the speed lead, and let's see how this goes, please. I really hope we can make it. Just 2 more stages, this one and then stage 20, and I would have reached my goal, because it has been so rough. We've just been farming stage 10 of spiders still, since it has like higher rates, I guess, to try and get 5 and 6 star accessories, a little bit more efficient. At least that's what I've heard. Don't really know how accurate that is, but that's just what I've been following ever since I've started Raid, or ever since we've been able to hit stage 10 of Spider. Good thing is we are surviving. We could switch up to Marsa and bring in someone else instead, but I do enjoy the fact that she boosts the turn meter of an allied champion while healing them for quite a chunk too, as well as an AoE revive. So that's kind of why I wanted to keep her in here, is for the AoE revive. I don't really have anyone else built out for the AoE revive. Everyone else is a single target, like Godseeker. Who else? Rector Drath. I think I have a Tor built out just a little bit. Ugo is an AoE reviver. Unfortunately, you can't really rely on that unless she's really tanky and you're expecting your entire team to die before her. I'm honestly not a big fan of her revive. I wish it was a tad bit different, and I'd love Ugo a lot more. Either way, she's still a fantastic support, especially when it comes to the AoE decreased defense. Oh man, dude, Tholen is just getting targeted up the bum right now, and he's got so many debuffs on him at the moment, but Damarsa brings him back up just for him to die again, unless, yeah, he just dies to the poison. That's really sad. Well, if I fail this run, I suppose we can try to bring in someone else other than Tholen. I could try Magnar. At least he wouldn't be weak to the spider. He's only level 50 though, keep in mind, so he might just get whacked anyways. Ooh, Damarsa, when is her revive gonna come up here? Should be within the next turn or so. I haven't really been keeping track of the turns. That I do wish sometimes, even though if we had it on auto, that it would pop up the cooldowns or the turns that are on cooldowns. Not turns, skills that are on cooldowns, just in the lower, you know, a little bit more to the HUD. But maybe people like the cleaner HUD. I just like a little bit more info, because sometimes, you know, I'm still sitting here watching the runs. I just don't want a manual play, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. We got a lot farther than I expected, stage 18. So hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to reach my goal to stage 20 of Spider's Den. Don't forget to check out my download link down below for an awesome start, whether you're a new player or a veteran looking for a fresh start. You'll get Corrado, Ugo, Fane, and Vargas with just my link alone. You'll also be able to use a promo code for an additional legendary champion of your choice from the few codes down below in the description. Thanks so much for watching this far into the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.